Hello, it's Wednesday. I'm like, what day is it? It is Wednesday. How is everybody doing? Oh my goodness. I think I am feeling a little under the weather, but that's okay. That is okay. I will recover hopefully sooner than later. Um, so we have Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie Bays. I love that. Lakeisha, hey Keisha, hey Nadia. How are you ladies doing? Let's see. I always forget to put up the comment. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Me too, me too. I think everybody pretty much did. I feel like why am I in slow mo? I don't know. Do I feel like I'm in slow mo to you guys? Um, hey Lakeisha. She's saying hey to everyone. Nadia saying hello. And we have Simply Taisha. Hey, Simply Taisha. Okay, everybody's saying hello. So tonight we're gonna discuss. It is tonight, right? Because it's 8 o'clock. We're gonna discuss that documentary. I don't know. Did you guys have a chance to watch it? I wish I could play some of it on here, but I don't know how to play clips and not be, um, in trouble. So I have to look into that. I know you probably could play it, but I'm not like totally sure. Let me make sure my internet connection is how it's supposed to be. I feel like I'm in slow motion. Yeah, it's on there. I do not know. Okay. So did you guys have a chance to watch that? This is the documentary. The Weight of the World. Were you able to watch that? But if not, I took great notes because it's some great discussion topics. She says turn my mic up a bit. Let's see. Is that better? I'm having a hard time. Is that better? Can you hear me now, Taisha? Can you guys hear me okay? Maybe because I'm little. Okay, yes, you can hear me. So are you saying yes, you can hear me, or yes, did you guys watch that, The Weight of the World? So we're going to discuss some of the things that are in there because it's, very relevant to what we're doing. The focus was on obesity, weight, and GLP-1. So I kind of took some notes so that if somebody didn't watch it, we could still talk about it. So I'm going to put up some of these notes. Simply Taisha, can you hear me? I don't know if she can hear me yet. So let's add these notes to our stage here. No, not those notes. These notes. All right, so in this documentary, you guys have to go back and watch it. It was really, really good. But in the Weight of the World documentary, they talked about let's see. They talked about how obesity is being treated like a problem that we need to fix. Like I guess before the GLP-1s, that was really the focus. And then of course they went back in history. They played my girl Oprah so many times on this documentary. Hey Tia, Healthy Spirit Podcast. How are you? She says I'm working tonight, so we'll catch the replay. Okay, all right. That's okay. We're talking about the weight of the nation. Is it the weight of the world or the weight of the world? I get that so confused. So yeah, did you see that, T? I wonder if you saw that. So one of there was I loved in this documentary how they had a guy in there because the guy talked about being obese and being overweight from a guy's perspective, which, you don't really always hear the guys open up about that. So I love to hear the guys. But that guy talked about, he really has like this, I don't know if it's called body dysmorphia, but this awareness of how large he is. And he's always thinking about it. And he says every time he walks in the room, he felt like he was taking up space. And so I wonder, did you guys feel like that? Did you guys ever feel like when you were heavier that you were taking up too much space? I wondered that. I'm gonna put the because I have too, especially when I'm in smaller spaces. I've thought that like the idea of trying to squeeze in, I say when you weighed more. Whoever felt like that? Did my comment go? So I thought that was so interesting. Nadia says, no, I felt invisible. Let me put that up there. So let's put this question. Do you feel like you were taking up too much space when you weighed more? And Nadia says, no, I felt invisible. A lot of people say that too. Yes, I felt like I was taking up lots of space. I still feel that way. Yes, I could relate. Always worried about having to sit near people on planes. Well, this is interesting because there was a lady on there, and I don't know where she was from. It looked like this interview took place like years ago. But so this guy, I guess it was a special about, being overweight. And this guy asked this lady, you know, um, what does she fear about people? And she said she fears fat people on planes. That was her exact quote. I fear fat people on planes. And they asked her, what do you fear about it? And she says, I even fear them being near me. And my heart just sunk because I was just thinking, like, what in the world? And just think of how many people feel that way, and you just would never know it. And So Lizzie said the same thing. She feared having to sit near people on planes. I didn't really know people felt like that, like totally like that they just didn't want to be next to you. That's just so cruel and mean. 2.0 mommy, hello, hello. Mia, welcome. Hello, hello. Everyone saying hi. And then Alonda says, hey, Alonda, I felt invisible, but hate feeling like I made people feel uncomfortable with sitting near me. Yeah, but what is that about? Like if you have enough space, I don't know why people would feel so uncomfortable. Is it the fear of, because she made it seem like she just was disgusted by it. Like you should have seen her face, or I don't know if you've seen. I think Alonda has watched it. Her face was like a look of disgust. But I know, I could see people saying, "Oh, well, I just feel like I'm not going to have enough space. It's not going to be enough room." But I just think fear of them being near me is kind of like a whole nother level. And then are you guys always looking to see? I thought this was interesting. If you're the biggest person in the room, or if you used to feel like that, because I, can relate to that too. Always looking to see if there's somebody heavier than you. And usually, I'm telling you, I feel like in the last year and a half since I gained my biggest amount of weight, I was always the biggest person in the room. And so I'm starting to feel less and less like I'm the biggest person in the room. Have you guys ever felt that? Hey, Beverly. Hey, Jen. And Alonda says, my heavy breathing and arm space. Yes, that's true. Now, I didn't really have heavy breathing unless I was walking somewhere, but I know sometimes people have heavy breathing just like, sitting down and not really doing a lot of movement. And so I would be embarrassed, like if I was walking somewhere and I was sweating, and I would have be sweating, and I'm just going from like simply from point A to point B. Like I wasn't, didn't feel like you was exerting a lot of energy, but you were, because you were so much bigger. So I can understand that too. Hi, Beverly. Bye, Beverly. Uh, Mia says, that's so sad. But yeah, I've met people that treated me like a leper, letting their child call me fat and talk sideways. That is crazy. That is sad. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. That makes me sad too. I love this quote. I was watching at the beginning of the documentary. It says, this was a quote from Oprah. She says, whether you have $10 or $10 million, a fat butt is a fat butt. And I just thought, goodness gracious, I know people don't like her, or people are, feeling a certain kind of way because she has all this money. And I remember she was, they were asking for donations for Hawaii. That's the last scandal I heard her being in. But I just love Oprah. And I think, I just feel bad for her, because just think she lived her whole, diet life and her whole overweight life in front of the camera, which is, even worse. And I mean, we've lived it in front of our family and friends, but we haven't lived it in front of the whole world. So I just, kind of have a soft spot in my heart for her because of that. And then, the documentary talks about diet culture setting the stage for all these drugs and the medication, and just how, we basically set everyone up for failure with, the diet culture. And so can you guys tell me in the chat, what kind of diets have you been on? Like, what are some of the diets you've been on? I remember one of my favorite go-to diets was the cabbage soup diet. Has anybody ever done that? That was, if I wanted to drop 14 pounds, because you could lose 14 pounds in a couple weeks. And when you're overweight, you know how like they say if you lose, I want to say, is it 5 to 7 pounds, that could be like a dress size. Well, that's not true when you have a lot of weight to lose. That's like a drop in the bucket. But there was some times when I could drop like 14 pounds and lose a dress size because I was hovering between like a 16, 18. And so, yeah, I just thought, wow, I've been on every kind of diet. I mean, I probably could write a book on how to be on a diet because I've been on so many. But that was my favorite go-to diet, the cabbage soup diet, if ever I wanted to drop some pounds. There's another one called the military diet. Has anyone ever done that one? That's kind of what reminds me of what Al Sharpton did. I don't know if you guys know Al Sharpton, the political figure, but he dropped like a ton of weight, and I want to say it was like 2 to 4 months or something like that. And I remember he was doing what it reminded me of the military diet. He was eating toast. He would get up and walk on his treadmill. He was eating a green drink, and he was eating, I don't know if he had peanut butter on the toast, and a salad. Like, so he basically was eating very few calories, and he said he still eats like that. So he's probably a hungry guy. Lakeisha says, when I was much heavier, doctors didn't want to examine me right. What do you mean by examine me right? They also talked about that in the documentary too, how doctors treat you differently as well. But Lakeisha, what do you mean by exam you right? Oh, Alonda, I know. I'm feeling that emoji too. Mia says, you could put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig, was a nasty saying I've heard. Oh my goodness. Mia, goodness gracious, you people are just coming hard. That is so crazy. I'm not sure people have said it in reference to me. I just haven't heard it. You know what I mean? Like when I was at my heaviest, I just haven't really heard that. My earliest memory is Weight Watchers with my mom taking me at about 14. 14. Wow, that is young. That is young. And so, Lizzie, did you lose on it? How long did that last? I went to Weight Watchers. I took myself, I wasn't that young, but I remember being on diets as young as that. Alonda says, my mom and I did the cabbage soup diet almost weekly. Almost weekly. Oh my goodness. Did it work, Alonda? Because they kept going back, so maybe it did. But it just doesn't stay because you're eating very few calories. Lakeisha says start with intermittent fasting and then low carb now. Okay, yeah, that helps me too. Intermittent fasting though, it's just kind of on the weekends. Here's my cabbage soup diet. 2.0 mommy says I always did the military diet, which is restrictive. Yeah, it's very restrictive. It really is. Hey, she is Tamika. You did the military diet. Hey, Kim J. Kim J, it was so good to see you over on Twan's Live. You are such a beauty. I love that. And I saw your comment last night when you said you were going to get on there last night. And then, by the time you were getting ready to get on there, everybody had logged off. So that was cool to see you up there today. Hey, Elaine, thank you for texting me. I didn't get a chance to respond back yet. Hey, it's Darium. Hey, Traces of Twine. Oh, Traces of Twine, we're so excited for you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, please hit that thumbs up button. Thank you for the reminder. I always forget. Hey, Shelly. Hey, how are you? Everybody saying hello. Alonda says sometimes. So they would lose weight sometimes. Hey, the Patrice Denise I love that period in there. That is the perfect name. I love it. Kim J says, I don't have Hulu Live, so I couldn't watch it. Yeah, it wouldn't let me log on at first, and then it kind of changed over. It was weird. At first, it's telling me I didn't have a subscription, but I do. And so I just logged out and logged back on, and it worked for some reason. Lizzie says, I lost about 30 for a few months, but then I gained it all back and more year after year. High school was the hardest time in my, I guess she's probably saying life. Yes, life. Oh my goodness. Hey, Jen. Hey, Jen. Everybody saying hello. So yeah, so I thought some of those things that they put up there, I just was like, um, just that one that really got me is the fear of fat people on planes. Like, and I just thought this lady is somebody who actually wanted to be videotaped saying that on camera. I was heartbroken by that. So some of the other things they talked about, which I've talked about in some of my videos, and I know some people have, about things you could do now that you couldn't do before you were, lost weight. And the one girl in the movie talked about, or the documentary talked about, how she didn't like the concert seats, which kind of reminded me of the airplane and not being able to fit in that. And I feel like seats everywhere are small. I was like, are the seats getting smaller, or am I just getting bigger? Now, I don't really know as much since I've lost weight. I haven't noticed as much. But we're talking about everyone that just came in. We're talking about what kind of diets have you been on before? Because, this whole GLP-1 revolution, in that documentary, they talked about it being brought on because of, just everything that's been going on with the diet culture, and how we just have been basically bamboozled, into thinking, these different things were healthy when actually they weren't, and they were kind of setting us up for failure. Lizzie says, I lost about 30 for a few months and gained it all back and more year after year. High school, oh, I read that. High school was the hardest time. Yeah, high school was okay for me. Wasn't as big. I was like probably the size like that I want to be now when I was in high school. And then it was creeping up slowly but surely. And then those college years just took me out. She and Samika said, I did the cabbage soup diet. I didn't last 4 hours. My stomach hit me back so hard. I ate a piece of bread and I felt better. Yes, I used to last on that cabbage soup diet. I like the cabbage soup. Everyone said hello. Mia says the soup diet with the herbal pills I used to do. Oh, used to do, what is that called? In Exandrine. I've never taken any of that stuff, so I don't know. She said, I can't see over here. Before it, she said she used to take it. It was a tube for appetite suppression, and eating low fat was a big one, under 15 grams of fat per day. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Yeah, 15 grams of fat a day. That is nothing. That is nothing. Everyone saying hello. 2.0 Mommy said, don't forget to hit the like button. Everyone saying hello. Elaine says, concert seats was one of my issues. I hated it. Me too. Traces of Twine says she did Weight Watchers. I did too. That's why I think Weight Watchers has put the fear of counting calories and points into and the points equal out as calories. When people were on Weight Watchers, did you guys do this? Because I did this. I used to take the points and I would exchange them for calories, so I would know my calorie amount. Did anybody else do that? And that made extra work for me, but I just had to know like what I was eating as far as like calories and not just the points. Jen, I think the seats have gotten smaller too. Optivia was the nastiest crap. I did that for 3 months. I've never heard of that. What was that? Was that like an appetite suppressor too? I don't know. How about when you're getting on the plane and you quietly have to say to the air hostess, can I have a seat extender, please? I've never done that. I came close because I was on this one airline, and I'm telling you, they have the smallest seats ever. And I don't know, I saw some people that were heavier than me. Maybe their stomach wasn't as big. I guess that may be what it was. But they were able to buckle their seat. So I was determined. And I mean, I got in there, I got the seat belt buckled, but it was a tight, tight, tight squeeze. And that would have been my first time. And that's it. But Twan says, I've never dieted. So, Twan, when you went to Weight Watchers, you don't consider that diet, or you mean like separate from that? Kim J says, thanks, Dee Dee. Last night I was waiting. Yeah, I saw that comment. I was waiting in the background while y'all were live. I did the same thing tonight, but I had to do something with the microphone camera. And then Twan was able to add me. Okay. Yeah, I saw your comment after we all left out. So I'm glad you got on there. I'm sure she loved the support. Patrice says, I've done them all. Cabbage soup, the grapefruit diet. That was another one of my diets that I used to do. It's like a quick go-to, but I knew I could never maintain on those. Elaine says, I tried Optavia as well, and it was gross. Now, you can taste it. So what was it, a pill? Was it something you drink? What was it? I've never heard of that. I think I've heard of it, but I've never known anything about it. Elaine says, yeah, it was gross. Patrice says, yes. Patrice, yes, the grapefruit diet. Yes, I remember that one. That was a fave. You know, I was kind of hungry on Weight Watchers too. Twan says, yes, I had to use an extender, but not this time, right, Twan? You went to Vegas, right? And I don't think you needed one for Vegas. I know that was a great feeling. Mia says, the 20-day one fix diet really helped me with portions. I've never heard of the 20-day one fix. Have you guys heard of that? Jeez Louise, so many diets. Yes, the grapefruit diet. She is Tamika. Everybody's heard of that grapefruit diet. That was a popular one. Otavia was some dry food that reminded me of the military style MREs that you add water. Oh my God, gross. I've never heard of that. I'll have to look that up. My last plane ride, I didn't need one. Yay! That is huge. That is huge. I love that. I remember, you know, when you talked about that. Navigating the world in a large body reminds me daily that the world is made for average size folks. It truly is. It truly is. And I feel like the bigger folks have to get in where we fit in. Trace Twan says, I don't consider Weight Watchers a diet because I ate whatever I wanted as long as I was under my daily points. Okay, yeah. And I guess that's probably how I should have looked at it too. But I still considered it a diet because I wasn't eating my favorite snacks that I love to eat. It's Darium. I did the 3-day diet, shaking my head. So I guess, Twan, the difference now and what I'm doing is kind of reminds me of Weight Watchers. I'm just eating everything in moderation. But I think now I don't feel like I cannot have the Twix, which is one of my favorite little chocolate bars to eat. You know, I can eat a bite size and be good. And then I don't feel like if I eat that it's going to mess me up forever. You know what I mean? Like before when I would eat like something that wasn't on my plan or what I consider to be on my plan, I would it would lead to like binge eating where I'm just like, okay, let me eat everything I can and start on Monday. Like I could start the next bite on this GLP-1 as opposed to starting the next meal or the next day. And so I think that's what makes it kind of, you know, special for me in a sense that I feel like that. Like I could start over like the next bite. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like, what does the GLP-1 medication do for you as far as, you know, is it stopping you from having those binges at all? Kim J said, in life, I've tried Weight Watchers, keto, Herbalife, phentermine, I did the Richard Simmons weight loss too, the military diet, and a couple of others. Yeah, I've done all those things also. And they talked about that in the documentary too, how so many people that were, you know, have tried everything. And even having that gastric bypass surgery, having that too, and still it doesn't, you know, stop the food noise. Having that surgery, it shrinks your stomach, but you can always stretch it back out. So, I mean, you know, you're basically cutting your stomach and making it smaller, but people stretch it back out. Yeah, Twan, me too. Just like now, you eat whatever you want. So you really don't consider yourself, like you say, it's a lifestyle for you. And I guess I feel the same way about it being a lifestyle. And sometimes I slip and say diet, and I don't really mean that though, because I'm not really depriving myself. Special K diet. What's the Special K diet, Sherry? Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. I don't know what that is. She is Tamika. Yes, Herbalife, Kim J. That they have good protein shakes. Do they really? I have to try those. It's tiny multicolored containers. You are allowed so many. Is that the 21-day diet? You're allowed so many different fruit groups a day. You know what? I think I tried that before. I still have those little colored containers. And you know, you have the nuts in a certain color, you have the fats in a certain color. Your carbs was a small portion of carbs. I remember that. I didn't remember what that was called. I did that. I did that too. Slim Fast. What's that other one? I've done Nutrisystem. I ordered all that food. I did Jenny Craig. Do you guys know what Jenny Craig is? Is Jenny Craig out of business? I did her diet, was eating all that food, that, you order it ahead of time. But it was just too expensive. I couldn't maintain it. Slim Fast, I remember that, Tamika. Twan says, I eat whatever. The difference now is I know how much protein, carbs, calories, fat, and fiber I need daily. And I didn't know that in Weight Watchers. Yeah, I transferred that stuff in Weight Watchers. I was like trying to figure it out. My cousin lost weight on gastric bypass and had skin remover. She gained it all back now on a GLP, and she got it all back now, and she's on a GLP-1. Well, I had a friend too who lost, all her weight, and she did it with gastric bypass. And maybe I would say maybe 4 years later, she also right away, not 4 years later, but right away she had the skin surgery where she got her hanging skin removed, and now she's bigger than she was before. And I heard she was on the GLP-1 and got off of it. So I don't know if she has other issues. I haven't really talked to her in a while, but yeah, I just think that's kind of sad. She did all that and then she gained it back. And so that just goes to show you that, it's something else going on besides the fact that you just can't, that you just don't have, control. She says, yes, Jenny is out of business. Elaine, it is. I didn't realize that. And then the Atkins diet. Yes, I did the Atkins diet too. Now, this guy talked about in there, some of you are married. A lot of you in here are probably married, but this guy talked about this, and I thought this was interesting coming from a guy. But he said, he would go on dating apps, and he would, as soon as he would send his picture to the female or the lady, that she would ghost him, basically, like not respond, not talk to him, not say anything. And so, how do you guys maneuver dating? And I actually haven't been dating just because, I just don't want to right now. But are there any single people? I know Elaine's married. She is. Tamika is taken. Trace O'Twan is taken. They all have husbands. So, the people that are single out here, how do you maneuver that with the dating? Like, is it more comfortable that you've lost weight? Some people say, I'm not going to date until I get a certain weight. How is that working out? Do people do that? I don't know. Are your husbands supportive? I think everybody I know that's married in here had told me their husbands are supportive. What about Nadia, Lakeisha, Lizzie? How's the dating life? How do your husbands or significant others handle the whole weight situation? I don't want to date. I'm just like over it. I'll date soon. I've said I was going to start dating this summer, and I just decided not to. So I just don't have a desire to. And if I run across somebody that sounds and looks interesting, I'll be into it, but I just haven't. So another thing they talked about was having that negative internal dialogue. So this one guy, is particular, he's like, I feel like he needs like therapy because he's always worried about his weight, and like everything is involved with his weight. And so, and he cried in there. He talked about some deep, rooted issues that he has going on. But do you guys have that? Do you guys have a negative internal dialogue where you're always thinking about, you don't look good, like you're critiquing yourself, and you're always thinking about how big you are, how unattractive you are? Does anybody have that going on? Kim J, oh, that's so cool. She said her husband is supportive. Very good. I love that. Lizzie says, my husband has been supportive, but I still have a long way to go. I hope the support continues as I work toward my goal. Now, Lizzie and everybody with a husband, if you're a content creator, you probably have talked about it. And so, but I have this coworker, I told you, and she said that her, a friend, and she said that her husband has not mentioned her weight loss, and she's lost 60 plus pounds. And so I just wonder, would you consider that supportive of your husband if he had not mentioned that you've lost 60 pounds? Like, what do you guys think about that? And mind you, he sees her every day, but I think he would have had to notice. I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, I'm not judging it because, he probably has a great reason, which I told her. He probably doesn't want to acknowledge it because that means that he might, think that she didn't look good before, but she's like, I'm not going for that. I don't want to hear that. And she says she wants to hear some kind of feedback. So I need to ask her, and I haven't since the holiday, if she said anything to him. She was planning to over the holiday. Beverly says, my girlfriend is on the dating app. She said this guy's profile said, if you're not skinny, don't bother to tag me. Oh, I want to find that dating app and that guy. He said, if you are not skinny, that is so mean. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I never had a problem with dating. Okay, good, Lakeisha. And I haven't had a problem with it either. I just haven't wanted to, I guess. It's my thing. Jen says, I'm single and over it. Oh, Jen, why are you over it? Mia says, yes, I'm using containers. Works to keep my variety and portions down, but I don't follow calorie counting. They do. I don't date. No self-esteem to put feelings out there. Well, Mia, oh no. Well, you know what? You got to get, well, when you're ready, because I'm not going to tell you to date when I haven't been dating. I just feel like whenever you're ready, that's when you'll do it. And whenever you're ready. But you have no self-esteem. So you have to get that self-esteem up, though, before you date, because that dating life with no self-esteem can take you out of here. Kim J says her husband is supportive. Lizzie says her husband is supportive. So that's great. Yeah. So, and then another thing they talked about a lot, with this GLP-1 section of the movie, was the food noise and not having the food noise. And so, Tracy Sotwan just started that Zepbound, and I'm taking Mounjaro, and I have some I want to say it was on, like, when I was at the end of my 5 milligram dosage, I was starting to get food noise again. So have you guys just had food noise totally wiped out? Who's had food noise that came back since you've been on the GLP-1? And I don't mean came back like every day, all day, but at some point, is your food noise back, and how do you deal with that? Jen F says, last time I went on a date, a man asked me to split the bill. These men are different in 2024. Oh my goodness. Now, how do you feel about splitting the bill? You know what? I think if you go on a date with a guy, he should pay for it initially. Like, eventually, maybe you could treat him out or whatever. But the first date, but they say if you're the one asking, you should pay for it. I still don't believe in that either. I don't know. Some of you are married. You probably have no idea how this all works. Elaine says, my husband is supportive. He traveled with me for 2 hours each way to get my meds during the shortage. Oh, I love that. Elaine, yes, that's a great hubby. He traveled with you for 2 hours. So, Elaine, where did you have to go for 2 hours? Jeez Louise. Lakeisha says, my food noise went away immediately, almost 7 months now. Okay, very good. So you haven't had food noise in 7 months. See, this is how I know I probably I shouldn't say probably, I was titrating up slowly, and probably too slowly, because I started to get a little bit of that food noise back, at some point. So yeah. Simply Taisha said, my husband is amazing and my biggest supporter. All right, very good. Adeline, that is so sweet. That is sweet that he did that with you. Jen, my fellow single sister, says splitting the bill are for people in their 20s. LOL. Yes. Now, what if you've been dating somebody for a while? If you've been dating somebody for a while, I don't know. I don't know. I told you, a guy I dated, we were dating for a while, and he took me to London and Paris on a vacation. And so, I felt when we went to London and Paris, like I would offer to pay for things because he paid for the whole trip, everything, but I would offer to pay for some things, and he would say no. But we have been dating for a long time. So I see that, but I did offer, but splitting the bill, I don't think I've ever done that ever. I've never had anybody ask me to split the bill either. So that's interesting, that somebody would ask that. I wonder what was that about. But if you're married, I guess the money is all, inclusive. So it doesn't really even matter. Elaine says, almost to Delaware. I live in southern Maine. Wow. So that was during the shortage. The shortage really never affected me to that degree. You know, they didn't have a 5 milligram, and I went back down to 2.5. And then that next month after, I went back up. So I need my church fan because I'm hot. I'm getting hot with these lights. So yeah, I haven't really had to worry about that necessarily. Kim J says, yes, I want to hear good comments, especially from your significant other. They should see the difference first if they are attentive, even before you do. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But some of you have told me that, you know, I remember talking about this in one of my videos, how people hadn't noticed my weight loss. Now, at that point, I was only like 30 something, close to 40. But people were telling me like people didn't notice their weight loss. Now, this is not your significant other, but that people weren't making comments about your weight loss when you had lost like 50 and 60 pounds. Like, what is that about? I think that's a little different. I also wanted to ask you guys, you know, I had this conversation with, I'm not going to say who unless they want to speak up and say it was them. But we had a conversation about friends not inviting you when they were heavier, friends not inviting them out to like the movies or concerts or plays or wherever. And then now since they have lost weight, now the friends are inviting them places. So what do you guys think about that? Like, I just think that's a little sad. That makes me sad too that people have that experience. But if it's really good friends, we would have to have a conversation about me feeling that way, because you know, I just want people to know, you know, that that hurt my feelings, or you know, why are you inviting me now, or were you not inviting me? So what would you guys say? Have you guys had that experience with your friends? Like now because you've lost weight, you're being invited places. Beverly says, I've been on Wegovy for 2 months, 2 weeks on the first loading dose, which is 0.25 now, just hearing food noise and no suppression. Oh, wait, so you're now just hearing food noise and no suppression, titrating up to 5, waiting on the pharmacy. Yeah, you definitely should titrate up. I think if you're hearing the food noise and you don't have suppression, and hopefully that point, you know, 0.5 will do the trick for you. Um, yeah. And like I said, I think I titrated up too slowly. I don't know if I should say I titrated up too slowly, but I definitely could have sped it up. I will say that. I think it's because you never know who will be offended or not these days. Some people get um, irate when their weight is mentioned. That's true. That's true. That's true. So, what do you guys think about the friend situation? As I'm curious about that, you know, I haven't felt like people aren't inviting me because I gain weight. But I do think that when you have gained weight and you are bigger, I think you are different. I think you present different probably to your friends and family. And have you guys ever heard this comment? I've always heard or been told when the weight loss comment has come up or topic, people will say that bigger people, bigger girls, bigger women, bigger men, bigger ladies, all of us, you know, look always look mean and like we're mad, and that's why people don't approach us. And you know, and I would say us because you know I'm a bigger girl, but I've never had anybody say to me, because I pretty much smile all the time. That's just, you know, as always been me. So people say that makes us not approachable. Do you guys have any truth to that? Elaine says, I agree. At Simply Taisha, I actually had to ask my boss in my one-on-one meeting last week if he noticed. He was so relieved that I brought it up. He congratulated me on my weight loss. He was scared to say something. Oh, okay. So Elaine, that's great. So that is a thing, right? Where people just don't want to say anything because they don't probably want to offend you. So I know that made you feel good. I would have felt good about that. Jen says, only older people comment on my weight loss. Yeah, older people are fearless. And they will say, I had somebody at work notice my weight loss yesterday. Was it yesterday or Monday? And I just was so thrilled. I was kind of over the moon about it. Because, you know, you just want to hear those compliments because you know how hard you've been working. Elaine says, Jen, old people have no filter. No, they do not. Do you think your attitude was different when you were heavier? Maybe they didn't want to invite you because of that. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering when somebody said that they were getting invited to things now and they weren't before because of their weight. And I say, I think it's too, you have a different, I think you could also have a different attitude. You could also be more approachable now. Because a lot of these ladies I'm seeing, even the content creators I'm seeing, everybody's happy and smiling and, spreading joy. Simply Taisha said, we came up during a different time. That's true. Not true. I'm the same when I was heavy and now you're the same. So you said you're the same. So you didn't change. Other people changed. Okay. News Nation just showed the video of the CEO. Now, yes, let's talk about this. Since Twan brought it up, and Simply Taisha and I had talking about this tonight. And I think I sent some people a message about this because I was at work and I couldn't really see a whole lot. I just kind of caught a news flash. But they talked about, let me see. They talked about, and I wondered if it just kind of made me nervous because I thought this is going to remind me. So I'm going to read to you the part I saw. It says the CEO of United Healthcare was shot and killed in Midtown Manhattan Wednesday morning in an apparent targeted attack as he was about to attend the company's annual investor conference, a law enforcement officer. This is according to CNN. The gunman remains on the loose. Now, I don't know how true that is. Like the 4 people I texted are all in this live, I believe, asking them if they knew anything, heard anything about it. And, they had not heard until I had texted them. So except for Elaine, I think had heard, and she was looking it up. But Brian Thompson was walking toward the New York hotel in Midtown Manhattan. He was dressed in his suit and tie. He was going to this conference. And they said the gunman, he was in a mask and in freezing temperatures. He waited for about 10 minutes until Thompson arrived before opening, and just, taking him out of here. And so I just thought, when I read that, I thought, oh my goodness, like I hope this is, and I wrote this to a couple people. I wonder if it is healthcare related or personal. So what do you guys think though? You think it was personal or if it was related to something with healthcare, like somebody was upset that the healthcare situation wasn't going their way? I guess that's what I wondered about. Dee Dee, thank God I have not had to experience that. I've always been a social butterfly in the life of the party. Yes, then that helps too, if you have been. I think this was a hit. Oh my goodness, really? Simply Taisha? I haven't seen a thing about it since we talked earlier. So, and Elaine sent me something, but I didn't get a chance to read it. I got busy. I was trying to text a bunch of people, and I just got, didn't even get past that. I got, my break was over at some point. They took him right in front of someone. What? Oh my goodness. Hey ladies, I'm late. Hey Diana, I think I pronounced your name correctly. I love that. Diana. Lizzie, it's a few blocks from my office. What? She is Tamika. Hey. Broad daylight. It was exactly like something out of a movie. That is crazy. But the thing that gets me is how is the person who did it on the loose? That's what I don't understand. I think it was healthcare or investment related. He was on his way to an investors meeting. Oh my God, that is tragic. I still get, and then so Kim J says, I still get appetite suppression on 5 milligrams. I usually don't have food noise, but when I bought Pizza Hut this weekend for my grandsons, I thought it smelled so good, but I was like, not today, devil. Oh my goodness, that is too funny. I haven't had Pizza Hut in I don't know when, a very long time. I bet you I'd say the same thing. Twan said the guy was so calm, it was a hit. Yeah, that is, oh my gosh, I just can't wait to find out more about it. I just wondered if it was connected to this GLP-1 situation. It just brought it. I just started thinking of, how so upset people are with, the makers of our medication. I don't even want to say the name, but, I just thought like, wow, if I were a CEO of a healthcare company, unless it came out that this was totally personal, I would be on edge right now. I just would. Hey, Diana. Simply Taisha, he went into Central Park right after. So yeah, he probably had that getaway planned. Beverly says they showed the person who they show who the person was, and they have a snapshot of him off the street cam, but unfortunately, his face was not shown. Yes. Oh my goodness. Simply Taisha says the weapon jammed and he cleared it without flinching. So you were able to see all that on camera, Simply Taisha? Oh my goodness. You work for UHC. What are they saying? The inner workings of the company. Are they saying anything? That is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that just when I saw that, that really just like threw me for a loop. I think because I'm showing slides, I think I'm kind of like in slow motion. So I don't know if you guys saw the documentary, but Elaine is on here, and Elaine talked about it was a lady who talked about lymphedema on that documentary, which I have not experienced. Has anybody besides Elaine experienced that or have a lymphedema? And I think once you have it, right, Elaine, it doesn't go away. Like you have it forever. Is that true? Because I don't really know a whole lot about it. I'm trying to think what else can we talk about for people who didn't see it. So I think this is a great question to ask too. What challenges do people face when trying to lose weight, even on your GLP-1 medication? Because we always say like, oh, we lost, 50 pounds. We lost, 95 pounds, 98 pounds, 60 pounds. But what is a challenge that you still face when you're taking this medication? Twan said, I wonder if he was married. Me too. Me too. Oh my gosh, his family, I'm sure it's just shaking up. It's like he just was going about his day and then this happens. So yeah, I'm gonna have to send some prayers out for that because that is just, I don't know anything about this guy, but it could be, any one of us, so it's kind of sad. Nadia says he was, and he had 2 kids. Oh my gosh, what a tragedy. What a tragedy. Well, it's all going to come out. I always say what's done in the dark will come into the light eventually. Wow. All right, so you guys, what challenges do you guys face? Let's see. Jen said the wife said he had been getting threats. Oh my goodness. He had been getting threats. Jeez Louise. Mia says it's been all over the news. The person left behind used and unused bullets. Yes, and I haven't watched, but when I get off tonight, I'm gonna go and catch up on some of the news reports that's going on. It's just interesting, like all things, healthcare, investing, the suit and tie could be a potential hit. It's just all like the makings of a movie. So I'm going to say, what challenges have you faced when trying to lose weight, even with these GLP-1s? I'm going to say I still have, I don't know if I'll call them cravings, but I still sometimes want like my little snacks. Like I'm a snack person. So I think I still want my snacks. And like I said, I have a lot less now. This happened the other day, on Monday, one of my students, came in class and he had, he's a little guy. He had this bag full of candy. And I said, what is this? And he said, my mom told me to bring this to you, so for prizes or treats or whatever. But it was Halloween candy. And she had it all packaged up. She had all the the Milky Ways. Now, mind you, they're bite-sized. She had all the Twix. She had all the, every piece of candy you can name. She had it, but it was all packaged together. And so I just thought this is going to sabotage me. I got to stay strong because I'm 0.8 pounds away from that 50. And so I'm so like nervous about that. So in my little cabinet, I open it up. That's the first thing I see. Normally I buy things like, I do healthy things sometimes too, but the quick go-to things, and usually the kids eat it on the way home or on the way out. But the kids love ring pops. Like that's a huge, big, thing they like that I buy. And I said, no ring pops right now. I want them to go through that chocolate so I don't have to worry about going through it. So I guess that's for me, still wanting like that, still having that little sweet tooth. I still have that. That has not gone away. And so that would be like a challenge for me on this GLP-1. So I'm curious to know what your challenges are. Yeah, traces of Twan. I feel the same way. Poor babies. That's just devastating. Deanna says, my biggest challenge has been weight loss stalls. My weight plateau for October and November. It just started moving again. Okay, what started it? And she says, thank God. What started it moving again? Did you do something different, or ddid you titrate up? Was there something? And then Lizzie says he was married and she thinks he has 2 kids. Yeah, someone just said he had 2 kids. I saw that. I was like, wow, that's just devastating. Um, Lakeisha has no challenges. Everything is going great. I love that, Lakeisha. I love that for you. I wish I had that smooth sailing. It's Darian. We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I crave candy. I eat the candy and it satisfies my craving. Yes, yes. So I can relate to you. Oh my gosh. Yes, I have had it too. Have your cravings just gone? Like I just don't, I have not. And so I think this is good training for me though, because eventually when I do come off this medication, I want to be able to, eat the candy, and instead of eating, I'm not always going to have bite size because it's not all year going to be, Halloween. But that big size Twix, I don't know, not the king size, but the regular size Twix, it comes with 2. I want to be able to, in my real life, maybe every now and then eat the 1. And I won't say I didn't mean my real life. I meant like when I'm off the GLP-1 medication, if I eventually am ever able to get off for good, which is a goal. But I want to be able to have like a little bit of that, enjoy it, wrap it up and put it away, and maybe not eat it again till the next week, the other half, which is right now I could do that. Now I can tell you in January of this year, I could not do that. I would have to eat the whole thing. So it makes a big difference in that appetite suppression and just changing your taste buds. Jen F says, I eat the candy, but when I'm done, I'm like, really? LOL. Yeah, it's not the same. I agree too. It's not exactly the same as it was before, but you were still eating it, right? We're still, gonna dabble. Mia says, I have motivation issues because I use food to comfort emotions and try to work to change that and keep the momentum going. All right, yes. So, Mia, can you remind us how much you've lost so we could, give you some props for that? Because I think when you get, kudos for the hard work you're putting in, I think that helps to motivate you. That is what, keeps me going. Besides my daughter, having all those non-scale victories are what really motivates me. Like just having a purpose and why am I doing this? And sometimes, this is so true. I look in that cabinet and, I go in it probably maybe 5 to 10 times a day, and I go in that cabinet and sometimes I think like, okay, think big picture here, like short satisfaction, short-term satisfaction, or big picture. I haven't been doing such a good job up until today because I thought today is Wednesday, I got to get my buns under control. With taking a little dab here and a little piece there. So Alonda says, inflammation is my biggest issue. Just getting home. I need to hop off. Have a great evening. Oh, Alonda, thanks for stopping by. Inflammation. Yes, I think that's it for a lot of us. A lot of us. Diana says, I stopped tracking my food in my FitnessPal app and just ate normally without obsessing over every single thing that goes in my mouth. I don't know if you're saying it like that, but I feel like I should be saying every single thing that goes in my mouth, and it actually worked. I agree. And that's why I just use my MyFitnessPal app now as just like a checkpoint if I'm eating different things, because I kind of know how many calories are in what I'm eating on a consistent basis. But if I eat something new or go out to dinner or something, and I can track that so I'll know like what to get. I don't know if you guys have an Outback steakhouse there. I haven't been since the summertime, I think. One of my friends and she took me for my birthday, I think. What I got there. So every time I go there, I know how many calories are in that. And so I'm always going to get that, which is it was the shrimp, some mashed potatoes, and broccoli. And then I get the, what's it called? The blue cheese chopped salad. And I get the dressing on the side. And I know how many calories is in there. And really for the rest of the day, it's a lot of sodium. So Alonda, that meal would probably have you, in trouble because it has so much sodium. Like I can even taste it. It tastes so good, but I can even taste the sodium. And so that's probably why I haven't had it since the summer. But if I were to go to Outback tomorrow, I would get that same exact thing because I tracked it in my FitnessPal app, and I know exactly how many calories it is. And then for the rest of the day, I would drink a protein shake, eat some water, maybe make a protein coffee. If it was early enough in the day. If I went there to that restaurant, another one of my strategies would be to eat early and not go late. So, some things that you could do to kind of offset it. Sherry says, when I was shopping, I always debate about the vinegar and salt chips. Oh, I love some good salt and vinegar chips. Oh my goodness. Tamika said that's the best part. I eat a little of it, then wrap it up. Yes, yes, yes. I do that too. Oh, I don't have a taste for it. I had a viewer tell me that I'm going to gain all my weight back, being so negative. I love the block button. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Being so negative. Well, yeah, it's funny because I've seen people in other, lives and, other places. I haven't had it yet, but if I was on here eating a candy bar, I'd probably get it too. Or eating it in my video, whenever I do that, Tamika, I'll probably get it too. But I just love how people say, you're going to gain your weight back, or they get on there telling you what you should eat or not. And they don't say it in the nicest way, right? It's all about delivery and how you say it. So yeah, it's just so funny that people will do that. Mia says around 57 pounds. Mia, congratulations. That is so wonderful. 57 pounds. I'm trying to get where you are. So, just think about that. Keep that going. Keep that going. I check in at the doctor in the morning. So I hope you're going to have blood work done. Did you have issues with your A1C at all, Mia? Are you having issues with that? I can't remember. Which I don't know that I've lost much this month. It's been a real struggle. Well, I would bet, I don't know what area you live in, but winter months are coming up. People tend to put on pounds. During this holiday season, they say 5 to 10 pounds you put on. And then, people say, like, I've heard somebody describe, Thanksgiving as being like the Super Bowl of eating. I've heard a couple of people say that, but I think Christmas is worse than Thanksgiving, because Christmas, not only do you get that Thanksgiving type of a meal, because most people I know still cook a dinner for Christmas, like a Thanksgiving dinner, like with all the trimmings. And then in addition to that, you got all kind of candy, you got all kind of chocolates. You people are giving gifts. Candy is gifts, and nuts, chocolate covered nuts. So I almost think Christmas is worse than Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna have to buckle down here. It's simply Taisha and 2.0 mommy in here because I want you guys to know that I went on Lift with C. I don't know if Kofi is in here or not, but I went on Lift with C. She is Tamika, Patrice, Denise, you guys, Twan, all you exercising ladies. Everybody in here that's exercising. I went on Lift with C, and I was in Simply Taisha's live on Monday. And when I went in her live, one of the things when I was, listening in, she said that maybe you could, if it's difficult for you, good night, Twan. She said, if it's difficult for you to do the weights, to start off with, you could just use your body weight first. So I thought for the first workout, I'm just going to do my body weight. I'm not going to add the weights yet. And so I got a workout in, doing just without the weight. So anyway, I went in there because I was just kind of doing some things before. Simply Taisha, you're going to love this. I was doing some things before, and I walk in there, my daughter is doing the movements to Lift with C. And then she's like, Mom, I want to get the weight. So she went in and got my 3-pound weights, and I had her put it down. But I just thought that is so cool that, I'm feeling confident to go ahead and add those weights to it, because I kind of had the movements, I thought, down. So we'll have to see how this goes. We'll have to see how it goes. So hopefully I could do it tomorrow, because I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I'm just surrounded by germs all the time. Being at school and just, it just kind of, I think it's catching up with me, my germs here. So I'm just hoping I'm gonna take some medicine tonight and just sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. That's what I'm gonna do. Kim J said, since taking 5 milligrams, those darn weekly sight, redness, itching issues is still a challenge for me. The other side effects seem minute because I have better control over them. Okay, very good. So I didn't, I really haven't had itchiness but one time. I wonder what brings that on because I've never had it. Like Tamika said that too, that she has the itch. I think, weren't you the one of the people who said you had the itchiness? So I don't know. I had it one time, but I did, and I'm gonna have to talk about this though. But my arm injection, I did have like a red, like a bruise, and it just went away from maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and it didn't hurt. Like it was nothing unusual about me injecting in my arm, in this arm. But geez, Louise, it left this just bruise. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I don't know about this. Oh, that is adorable. That is adorable. She's going to be following your lead. She's going to be a vegetarian, then vegan, and then she's going to be a muscle-bound lady. Hey, Taisha. Yeah, start off with the body weight, then gradually add weight. Yeah, so she is Tamika. What I do now is I do, sit-ups. I do like the little leg, lifts, right next to my bed in the morning most of the time. Sometimes I might do it at night, and if I do it at night, I don't do it in the morning. And then I do like push-ups. I either do them on my wall or on my bed. And then I do, as I say, leg lifts. So, I'm doing things with my own body weight, just at the bedside. Oh, hey, the Patrice Denise. I was telling them I'm working out. I'm starting to work out with those weights. I want arms like you. She is Tamika, simply Taisha. And my daughter cries. She laughs about my little flappy arms here. So I got to start, getting that weight in. Actually, talking to, a lot of these ladies who have been on this journey and, said that they should have started working out earlier. I had said I wasn't going to start lifting weights until 20 more pounds lost. And then when I'm talking to these ladies who are telling me, like, yeah, you need to get in there and get going, don't wait it out. And so start off, with small weights. And then I've done some weights before. So I kind of, have a little bit background in it, but I think that's great advice. And I don't want to be one of those people down the road saying, I wish I would have worked out earlier, even though I'll probably still say it because I'm saying it now. But that's okay. I really wasn't that capable earlier of working out like I wanted to. And I'm really trying to avoid injury. I was walking down the stairs at at work today, and it was like a little pinch in my knee that got me. And I was like, what is this about? And so that's why I'm just afraid of an injury too. So I'm gonna have to be very careful. Carrie Ann says, Lift with Tea is wonderful. Thanks to Simply Taisha. Yes, and 2.0 Mommy, that's where I heard it from first, is with her. Now there's another one. What is that called? It's not Sisters United, it's Sister something. I want to check that out too. Patrice says, still here, getting the kids situated, so listening, but yes, starting with the body weight is good. I'll have to check out Lift with C. Yes, you have to check that out. Yes. You could do your own weight loss videos. I don't know if you ever thought about doing that. The Patrice Denise. I don't know if you thought about that, but yeah, I think you would be great at that. Like that might be something you could, have another channel doing. Kim J, I need to try a workout with Lift with C this month. Yes, Kim. Yeah, we could do it together. I need some support. Diana says, yep, I love Live with C. Yes, I love she's just so like easy breezy, easy going. Don't you feel like she's like easy, to listen to and work with and just follow, her lead. She kind of leads you through it. I wish I would have weight trained from the beginning. See, and I'm probably gonna say that everybody I know says that, but I think you have to, they always say start where you are, and pick it up from there. So I think you just kind of have to start where you are. So I am almost at 50 pounds. Hopefully I'm hitting that 50 on Sunday. I'll be, live giving my weight update. And, I'm starting at 50 pounds lost. I'm going to start with these weights, adding these weights in. So, it is what it is. I didn't start earlier, but I'm starting now and I'm looking forward to it. So anything else? Can you guys, just before we get out of here, let us know what's going on with your weight? Do you want to, let's celebrate people? Any shout outs? Um, for me, I'm down 49.2 pounds, and I'm hoping to get to that 59 pounds. I'm like, what is that 2 pounds about? Why couldn't I just get to 50 pounds? So that's my goal for Sunday. Hopefully I can get to it on Sunday. And what else? If I get to it before then, sometimes I weigh in on Saturday. I'm gonna go live, breaking news, because I want this to be a huge, big milestone, motivation for me. And then after that, I'm looking to get to 75. So after my 50 is 75. So what are you guys celebrating? What's your weight? What are you at, Jen? You're doing really well too. Carrie Ann, how much have you lost? And you probably have some muscles too. You're working out with Lift with C. You guys, she is Tamika, looks great. She's working out, lifting those weights. How much has everybody lost so far? What are we celebrating? We got to celebrate before we leave. And I take this medicine. And when I say my medication, I don't mean, well, I do need to take my medication, but I also just need to take something. Feel like I'm coming down with something, and I just don't, I want to like stop it before it even gets worse. Yeah. Another person loves Diana loves Lift with C. Yes, everybody's on that Lift with C. We got to Lift with C. Jen, when did this happen? 92 pounds down. Oh my goodness. Are you going for that 100-pound mark? That is awesome. Like 90s. I cannot believe that. Wow, I remember so long ago when we met months ago where you were at. You are doing it. I love that. Simply Taisha is 55 pounds. So since we interviewed, you've lost another pound and you're trying to maintain. I love that. I love that. When was this morning? Lakeisha, 67.7 pounds down. That is so cool. Carrie Ann says, I haven't lost that much. I started at the end of August and I'm down 15 pounds. I love that. 15 pounds is not, that's good. I am not happy about that, but I keep working out. Well, are you seeing it in your inches though? Because if you're working out, I would imagine those pounds aren't going to be piling up like that because muscle weighs more than fat. So I bet you've gained some muscle. But have your clothes fit better? Maybe you should take measurements so you don't get down about the pounds. As at one point I said, I need to start taking measurements because I'm just, I hit that stall and it was disappointing. Good night, all. It was great chatting. Thank you for stopping in. She is Tamika. I'm glad you're feeling better too. I hope you sleep well tonight. Simply Taisha says, congratulations. I might need to speak with a nutritionist. That's an idea too. Very good. I hope your insurance actually covers that. Some insurances do. Lizzie is down 33 pounds in 2 months. 2 months. 33 pounds. So you're losing almost 15 pounds a month. That's 11 pounds a month average. That is awesome. Now, so Lizzie, what are you doing that maybe that could help myself and Carrie Ann? What are you doing to be down that fast? And it doesn't even matter that it's fast. It's just that you're down. Carrie Ann says you do see it in your clothes. That is excellent. I mean, to me, I know we want to see the pounds on the pounds go, down on the scale, or up, I should say, on the scale. But I think the clothes is everything. I mean, I'm fitting things that I wasn't able to fit and just didn't even look that way at it in the closet. You know what? That reminds me. I need to have my little, I want to give some clothes away. So I need to take a video and some pictures. But I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys know anybody or anybody in here that's a size like 20 going into 18, like that can use some, some clothes, like as you slim down on your journey. So if you're at a size 20, because I have some pants, a couple of pants that's 18, 20, 20. And then I have a blazer that's like a 4X. But if I was putting it in terms of what do you call that? Of a size, it would probably be like if you were a size 18, 20. It's fine. I think this jacket is from like, I don't know if it's from Shein or what's the other one? It's another one. Temu. I don't know if it's from one of those. It's from one of those, and it runs small. So, but yeah, I'm looking to give some clothes away. And actually, I need to go through my closet. I have more. These have tags on it. So if anybody wants it and can use it, and it's going to help you, transition into those sizes, it'd be something less you have to buy. Let me know, because I'm trying to give it away. I want to give it away to somebody in our community. I am 2 months, 2 weeks in, 20.4 pounds down. Very good. That is excellent. Your average is great too. That's about a little over, 10.2 pounds per month. I love that. Oh my goodness. Geez. So you said 2 months, 2 months and 2 weeks. Okay. So yeah, that's about 10 pounds, average a month. Kim J, I do some strength training with my body, squats, leg exercises, abs. I also sporadically use 2 and 4. I need to bring my glasses. 2 and 5 pound weights. But this month I'm being more intentional, and you're doing it 3 times a week. Very good. I like that. That's what I think I'm going to do, 3 times a week. And then if I want to work myself up, it's Darium is so supportive, sending celebratory vibes to all. The challenge that I see folks experiencing is comparing their journeys. Everybody is different. Give your body and yourself grace. Yes, and we all do that. And we all do say comparison is the thief of joy. But isn't it so hard not to compare yourself? It just really is. I must say that it is, because you see somebody else losing and you go, what, am I not? Why can't I? And it's so true, dear. All of our bodies are different. But I think it's value too in seeing, like, what are they doing? Maybe I can, tweak that or incorporate that. Maybe it would work for me. 43 pounds in 18 weeks. That is amazing. I love it. 43 pounds down. Don't you feel good? Like, just think about 43 pounds of like potatoes on your back, or like in a book bag. If somebody put 43 pounds of weights, just imagine you carrying that around with you every day, all day. I know you got to be feeling good. Lizzie says you have a personal trainer twice a week. I love that. Then you're riding your stationary bike and treadmill in my basement. I think in the summer I'm going to get a personal trainer, just because I'll have more time to actually fit them into my schedule. But I think that's so cool. I think it's great motivation, like somebody to like help me stay accountable. And snacks. Oh my gosh, I love a good snack. I love a good snack. That's one thing I need to work on for the new year. And I'm saying the new year, and I'm really in my mind trying to work on it now. But letting some of those snacks go. I was eating like 2 or 3 snacks a day, and I've given up into eating just one snack. But that one snack, man, I'm thinking about that snack to savor it. I pack it in my lunch and have it. And it's usually a protein bar, but like lately I've been nibbling, like I said, on that candy that came in on Monday. So I need to stop that, because I want to be down that 0.8. So it's Wednesday night, and I just got to buckle down for Thursday, Friday, and here on out. Actually, really, I need to, when I go, I just need to this week give those away, pass those out, give those away, or put them somewhere else so I can't see them when I'm opening my closet, because those little things the snacks are gonna sabotage my little weight loss, and I don't want to do that. Even though I'm eating very little, when I put what I've eaten in my Fitness Pal, it doesn't even amount to a whole candy bar. But I don't need to be eating that. I really don't. I'm only eating it because it's there. I'm going to pull my gum out and sit my gum right on my desk, because the gum does help, like, make me not want to have it. So that's it. That is what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing. That is the Weight of the World documentary. If you didn't see it, go and see it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Anybody else want to share anything that's good for the cause? Jen, I can't believe you. I'm just so excited about Jen being down 92 pounds. You're going to be at 100 pounds. I by Christmas time, I bet. The new year, you're going to be at 100 pounds down. And I think that is awesome. Awesome. Geez, Louise, that makes me want to step it up, because I want to be at 100 pounds down myself. I haven't given myself a time frame. I don't know if I'll be doing that again soon, but yeah, it just helps for me to set goals for myself. Beverly says, try Devotion protein powder. It makes mug cakes, brownies, breakfast loaves. I never thought about making things out of the protein powder, like making snacks. That's a great idea. Pudding, it's a little pricey, though it's low Sugar, low carbs. Yes. Yeah. I'm just need to get past this snack uh thing I have going on. But that's the thing I wonder too. Like on 10, I'm not having like the suppression like I thought I would have already. So somebody told me it kicks in after a while. So we'll have to see. Kim J says I can still wear some 18, 20, or 20, but some clothes are falling off. Probably need an 18 now. Yeah. These clothes I have will fall off you. You wouldn't even be able to fit them, I don't think. Especially if some of your clothes are falling off. So yeah, we'll just have to keep searching until we find somebody that is up there in the pounds that would be losing down. That these clothes could be a transition, so they won't have to buy new clothes. So maybe like on Sunday, I'll ask again, and we'll find somebody before the end of the year is out. It seems like a lot of us are, past that stage of those clothes, which is great. Congratulations on everyone's loss. Keep striving, thriving to reach your ultimate goal. Yes, and I will see you guys. You guys have a nice night. I'm going to take some medication. I'm going to take a nice shower, get laid down, and hopefully I'll be feeling better in the morning. But yeah, so I'm a little under the weather. And not feeling the best, like I could be my best self. So have a great night. Thank you for stopping in and taking time out of your busy schedules. I know everybody has things going on, so I appreciate you. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you guys on Sunday for my little update. Good night, Sherry. Good night, Beverly. Good night, Keisha. Good night, everybody. Have a good rest of the week.